A hush falls as the sun sets behind an old Jeju Island house, its wooden front door trembling under a sudden gust. The wind stirs, and for an instant, a figure wreathed in mystery and light seems to stand guard at the threshold. Nokdisaengin, the revered door god, silent and unyielding. Shadows swirl and the stories of old awaken, reminding all that there is magic in the mundane and divinity at every portal. Let's begin. Let's begin.
Think for a moment about the threshold of your home, the line between the outside world and everything dear to you. In ancient Jeju Island tradition, this threshold was never just wood, stone, or clay. It was a sacred divide, fiercely protected, anxiously honored. In a world where doors meant safety, where invaders and spirits were daily worries, having a guardian at your entry was like having hope itself carved into your house. Door God, known as Munjin or Nokdisaengin, is not just a legendary figure. Nokdisaengin is the living symbol of vigilance, familial devotion, and the extraordinary powers that can arise from the most ordinary things. Let's set sail for the origins of Nokdisaengin, a voyage that begins not at the doorway but upon wild seas amid the breathless suspense of the Munjeon Bonpuri epic. Picture Yeosan Buin, valiant mother and future hearth goddess, guiding her humble wooden boat through churning black waves. The salt sting is sharp in the air, and her hands grip rough-hewn oars as she navigates toward her lost spouse, Namseombi. In the distance, wind-whipped and desperate, Namseombi has grown frail and blind, left behind in a strange village. But this rescue is no simple act. Yeosan Buin journeys through danger and trickery, much like any of us when we try to bring someone we love back from their darkest place. The world of the Munjeon Bonpuri is thick with spirit and tension. After her quest, Yeosan Buin and her family become the target of an envious force, Nokdisaengin Gweil's daughter, whose wicked designs threaten the delicate peace the family has rebuilt. It is here that Nokdisaengin makes a legendary appearance, not merely as the youngest of 7 siblings, but as a watchful presence, an apparition who exposes the sinister plans that lurk just out of sight. With the truth revealed, Nokdisaengin Gweil's daughter flees and ultimately transforms, retreating to become the outhouse goddess. Her malevolence is turned aside, and the household's safety draws a little closer. Yet Nokdisaengin's story is more than one of unmasking and defense. A calamity strikes. The mother, Yeosan Buin, is lost beneath the icy surface of a fateful lake. In this moment, Nokdisaengin emerges as a hero, not with sword or strength, but with relentless devotion and faith. Refusing to accept loss, Nokdisaengin turns skyward, appealing to Cheonjiwang, the supreme deity who rules heaven and earth. The scene shivers with cold and hope. The frozen world above, the mother's life submerged beneath, and one child's unwavering resolve to cross worlds if need be. Cheonjiwang answers Nokdisaengin's plea, sending forth a gift that is equal parts miraculous and mythic. A white crane, elegant and wild, whose wings seem to sever the distance between realms. Nokdisaengin mounts the crane and soars towards Seocheon, the immortal flower fields guarded by the enigmatic Igong god. Here, among spectral children tending to radiant, almost breathing flowers, Nokdisaengin learns to distinguish which blooms can revive and which promise only oblivion. At last, with the right blossoms in hand, Nokdisaengin returns, breaking Yeosan Buin's icy imprisonment and drawing her home. This act of resurrection is awe-striking, yet as hush falls again on the household, destiny descends. Each member of the family is now transformed, destined to inhabit the very heart of the home's spiritual geography. This is where Nokdisaengin stands, appointed by Cheonjiwang as Munjeon, the door god, eternal guardian of thresholds, and protector of the worlds that open and close with every passing day. The brothers become gods of other rooms, the father of the compost shed. Yeosan Buin, shining as Joangsin, the hearth goddess. Each an emanation of duty and care, each a living bridge between the seen and the unseen. What can Nokdisaengin teach us as life's door swings open and closed? The myth's first lesson is that thresholds are sacred, and the passage from one space to another is never trivial. In modern life, we cross boundaries all the time, between work and home, solitude and connection, hope and despair. Nokdisaengin, forever standing guard, reminds us to pause at every threshold, physical or emotional. Imagine placing your hand on your own front door each night, aware that you are both protector and protected, keeper and kept. The act of attending to your home's entry, cleaning it, blessing it, even briefly acknowledging it, anchors you in intention and mindfulness, turning routine into ritual and daily life into a tapestry of meaning. The second teaching springs from Nokdisaengin's role as a revealer of truth within the household. When deceit or malice lurked, Nokdisaengin's presence illuminated it, not as a vengeful judge but as a force for clarity. In our families or communities, there is often unspoken tension, shadowed motives or pain that needs surfacing. Channeling Nokdisaengin's spirit means gently yet firmly helping truth into the open. Simple acts, asking honest questions, naming what is wrong, creating safe space for confession, can drive away the shadows. When Nokdisaengin's apparition appeared and unveiled the danger, it wasn't only about punishment. It was about restoring harmony so everyone could breathe and rest in safety once again. A third lesson lies in relentless devotion to those we love and the willingness to appeal for help beyond ourselves. Nokdisaengin's journey to resurrect Yeosan Buin is a lesson in courage and humility, recognizing when the task is too great to bear alone and daring to ask the universe, or something greater, for aid. In the myth, Nokdisaengin does not hesitate to call on Shonjiwang, to trust in a higher force, to ride the impossible white crane toward an answer. In everyday terms, this could mean reaching out for support, admitting vulnerability, or refusing to abandon hope even when all seems frozen and lost. The lesson is not in bravado, but in the kind of stubborn faith that bridges the gap between longing and healing by seeking help, by believing in a response. The final and perhaps deepest teaching is the sanctity of role and place, and the balance achieved when each member of a household or community embraces their calling. After the mighty ordeal, every family member is assigned a specific post. Yeosan Buin to the kitchen, Nam Seombi to the compost shed, the brothers to their own spaces, and Nokdisaengin to the all-important threshold. It speaks to a world where dignity is found in each task and harmony is shaped by partnership, not hierarchy. Nokdisaengin's watch at the door is no less noble than the hearth goddess's place by the flame. This teaches us to value our own roles, whether at home, at work, or in relationships, and to honor the doorways we tend, however humble. In a modern sense, respecting roles could be as simple as listening deeply to each person's concerns, or upholding your responsibilities, large or small, so that everyone in the collective feels supported and held. When Nokdisaengin stands silent at the entry, neither center stage nor forgotten, but present and steadfast, the whole house becomes a sanctuary, and every return home a homecoming into safety and honor.
If you have ever felt invisible in your family or workplace, as though your particular doorway goes unnoticed, remember Nokdisaengin, who stands silent but unyielding, shaping sanctuary with each watchful moment. Tonight, take one simple step. Pause at your own threshold before bed. Place your hand there and give thanks for all you guard, be it belongings, hearts, or peace. You are both keeper and cherished. For more stories of gods and guardians, subscribe below. Stay rooted in the wisdom of the ages.